Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. What up? What up? What up, man? What's going on? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Hopefully everybody who showed up already hit that like button, man, as you come in here, pile in. We about to get to it. I'm talking about, man, we're going to talk about this Travis Scott situation. And we're going to talk about Pooh Shiesty situation. It might be getting a little bit better. And then we're going to talk about this G Money from TBG and NBA Lil Pap situation. And we also going to talk about Lil Durk, man. Now, those are the four main topics, but the number one that we going to kick everything off with is obviously talking about Travis Scott's situation, man. That's the situation that's got the whole social media going crazy. But let's see who we got in the house early in the chat, man. Make sure y'all shout out y'all cities, and I'm going to scroll through the chat to make sure I don't miss nobody. I see we got Oak Cliff, Texas in the house. What up, Dallas? What up? What up? The D up in the house of D-Town. I guess the D is Detroit. And then Oak Cliff and Dallas, man. Y'all D-Town, right? Or the big D, man. Pause on all that. All right, I see everybody piling in, man. Come on in. Can y'all hear me good? Let me know if you can't, because we can make some adjustments, because we're about to get into it today. But as you're piling in here and as you're coming in here, make sure you hit that like button. What's up, Vallejo, California? What up? What up? I see you, Chicago, in the building. It's Chicago. What up? What up? Uptown, D.C., what's up? What's up? Huntsville, Alabama, in the house as always. What's up? Oslo, what's up? What up? Jersey in the building. What's going on? Who else we got? We got the 803, Columbia, South Carolina in the building. We got Trenton, New Jersey in the building. What's up, Trenton? What up, man? Dirty Jersey, that's what's up. Yeah. Houston in the house. What's up? Yeah, that's going to be the main topic. We're going to talk about this Travis Scott situation, break down some of these videos of people who were actually up in the concert and all that, man. It was wild, man. Okay, we got Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Make sure as y'all come in here, make sure y'all hit that like button so that way we can pass this or have this go out and everybody can see that, we get live. We doing our thing, man. OKC in the building. What's up, OKC? What up? What up? Trenton, New Jersey in the building. What's up, Trenton? 713, what's up? What up? What up? Mobile, Alabama, what is up? The 405 in the building. We got Puerto Rico in the house. What up? What up? Hit that like button like your boy Jamal said right there, man. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, Virgin Islands? I see you. I see you. Harlem in the building. What up, Harlem, man? Harlem was in the news mostly all last week with the whole Alpo situation. Now we got this Travis Scott situation in Houston all up in the news, man. All we can talk about is Houston. All we can talk about is this Travis Scott situation, man. It's wild. What up, Puerto Rico? Yo, the 787. What up, Puerto Rico? What up? 803 Sumter, South Carolina. What's up? Boston, I see you. Boston, I see you. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, looks like we catching up, man. Southwest Houston, what's up, man? Shout out to Houston, and man, rest in peace early to everybody who lost their life out there at Astroworld Festival, man. Sad situation, tragedy, man. Make sure y'all run them likes up, man. With all the people we got in here, we should have the same amount of likes, so that way we can, bypass that algorithm and let everybody know we going live. What up? What up? Who else we got? We got Colorado in the building. What up, Colorado? What up, Muskogee, Oklahoma? What up, New Orleans? What's up? 1.5, what up? Philly, what's up? What up? What up? Albany, New York, the 518, what up? We up. Yes, we up in here, man. I'm going to let everybody get in here. Make sure y'all run them likes up so that way we can send out the bat signal. That way they can push this thing out and let folks know that we doing our thing, man. Is my guy either a guy fresher in the house or is my dude, man, or my dude Vontae, man? I had some folks this week send me some good stuff, man, on social media. I'm talking about some early leads on some really good stories. I wanted to shout out Vontae, and I wanted to shout out, or his name is Mitch. And then I wanted to also shout out, man, Guy Fresher. I appreciate everybody who sends me stuff on social media. If you ever have a hot tip or anything, or you need some promotion, make sure you hit me on that Instagram, man. And that's the only promoting I'm going to do on that. I ain't really here for an infomercial. We here to get into it about this Travis Scott situation. New Orleans, I see you. Philly, what's up? Philly, what up? Albany, New York, what's up? What's up? Salute to Memphis. What up, Memphis? Yeah, rest in peace to those folks that lost their life. That's for fact. Chi-Town, what's up? What up? Jamaica in the building. I see you, Jamaica. Jacksonville, Florida. What's up, Jacksonville, man? What up, man? Duval County. Now, Virginia Beach, I see you. The 757 Bayside, Emmanuel. Okay. J5 in here. Okay, what up, J5? I appreciate you, man, subscribing and whatnot. What up, what up? All right, Portland, Jamaica, I see you in the building. Alexandria, Louisiana, I see you in the building. Shreveport, I see you, man. Louisiana up in here, I see y'all, man. And I don't know if that's Louisiana or LA as in Los Angeles, but I see you, LA. You know what I mean? Y'all make sure y'all run them likes up so we can make sure we get this thing started, man. Actually, we've been doing good on the shout-outs. What's up? Y'all hear me loud and clear, right? I see the thumbs up, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. We about to get into it, man. We got to talk about this whole Travis Scott situation, man, that went down in Astroworld, man. Now, he's catching a lot of heat. I'm going to keep it real, man. A lot of people are going at Travis Scott ever since this went down. There's a lot of videos out there showing different, views of what was going down at the time or whatnot, man. What's up, Anderson, Alabama? I see you. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, Jamaica? What is that? Salute Yardy? Yo, I see you, Jamaica. What up? Chi-Town in the building. Chirac, I see you. Los Angeles in the building. What up, what up? Travis Porter. Whatever happened to them cats? Alexandria, Louisiana, I see you. 2 times I see you, Alexandria, Louisiana. And we're going to talk, we're going to get into the whole Travis Scott situation, man. I'm just making sure we get everybody up in here. Y'all keep running them likes up. They looking good as far as who we got in the house. You said they going to sue the pants off of Travis Scott. Man, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like Travis Scott, man. He might have a fight on his hands. Now, when you look at the people who are actually involved in the throwing of this concert, of this event, of this festival, it's some pretty heavy hitters. I mean, the heaviest hitters out there. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure their lawyer game is tight. It's just wild when you see some of that footage and you see some of the security. It looks like allegedly like they throwing people over the railings and stuff. Like, it was wild, man. That was, I don't know, man. Maybe they did need to reel it in and do some control. I see you over there, Krager, man. I see you, man. There's a lot of rumors about all that, man. We gonna get into that too, especially when we play this clip of this dude who was there, and he went on his social media profile, and he basically talked about the whole situation, man. Now, y'all keep shouting your chat, your cities out in the chat, and I'm gonna keep shouting them out for you. But make sure y'all hit that like button. And as you're shouting them out, man, we're gonna get to it in a second. Like I said, we got 4 topics. We're going to talk about Travis Scott first. That's going to be the top thing we're going to talk about. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Travis Scott. Then we're going to talk about this latest development in Pooh Shiesty's case. And then after that, we're going to talk about the G Money situation. You know, G Money, he was down with TBG before he lost his life, I think back in like 2017. And, there's a guy by the name of NBA Lil Pat who's on trial for that. And, man, there's a witness who came out against him, and now the witness might be compromised. You know what I mean? Now, and then we're going to finish off by talking about Lil Durk and his new album. We got to talk about Lil Durk and the new album the last time. But we can't avoid the Travis Scott topic. Now, keep shouting out your cities in the chat. Wakanda in the house. I see you. New York, I see you. New York, what up, what up? And y'all make sure y'all run them likes up as y'all come in here. And, man, let's get to the getting, man. Let's do what we do, man. Let's start this thing off right, man. Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it on this live Sunday morning, man. All right, man. For some of you, it might not even be Sunday morning. It might be feeling like Sunday afternoon. I'm guessing the time went back, man. So now we're looking at, you're in that in-between stage where you're adjusting. Now, I see everybody in the chat, and we've got a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to this Travis Scott situation, man. Atlanta, what's up? I see you in the building. What up? Yeah, no other developments on Fetty Wap until the end, man. We might talk about Fetty Wap in the end, but I really want to talk about this Travis Scott. But we're going to talk about Fetty Wap as well. Probably after Lil Durk, man. Yeah, we gonna get into it. What up, Riverside? What up? District Heights, Maryland. What's up? AZ King, I see you, man. I see y'all. What up? Everybody do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button and let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Okay, so as you guys know, on Friday afternoon or Friday night, there was a concert or a festival that was held by Travis Scott in the city of Houston. Now, Travis Scott is a Houston native. You know, he does a lot for the city. He's got a humongous fan base in Houston. I mean, loyal, hardcore loyal fan base to the tune of like 55,000 people showing up for the festival. I'm talking about amazing. And he did it big. He had Drake, he was supposed to show up. He had SZA. I mean, it was a crazy lineup. Now, a lot of the artwork and things around the festival are catching scrutiny now. And a lot of that is due to the fact of what went down Friday night. Now, for those of you who don't know or have been living under a rock lately, Friday night, 8 people ended up losing their lives. Rest in peace to those people. It's a sad situation, but it took place at the festival. And the way that technology works today, there is no way that none of that is going to get caught on camera, you know? And there was a lot of horrific details, man. A lot of terrible things that went down in regards to this festival, man. You hate to see that it happened like that, and you hate to see that people lost their lives when they was just going out there to have a good time and have some fun, man. But now there's a lot of scrutiny about how the event was handled. There's a lot of scrutiny about the fact that the security might have not been staffed as much. There's a lot of scrutiny about the fact that there might not have been enough people who were actually, you know, on hand as medical staff, because there's been comparisons to other concerts. Now, I am no expert in the festival and big concert throwing venue type of deal, but I have thrown concerts in my before, you know, rap wise, you know, on the local level. Never to this extent. So I can only imagine the size and magnitude of this type of operation and how much you got to put in just to make sure everything goes right. And obviously we can see what happens when something goes wrong or a lot of things go wrong at once. And that was the tragedy that took place, right? What up, Chattanooga? I see you. I'm going to be watching the chat. Don't worry. Now, this leads us to the people losing their life. Now, most of you by now have seen the headlines or whatnot, but I was perusing through social media and I was looking for accounts of people who were actually there. Because you hear a lot of theories, a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of things that almost seem like conspiracy theories, but they kind of pan out, and you really want to get the real story. So there was a guy, I want to say his name was like Diablo Santiago or something like that, and he went to social media, and I've broken this up into a couple of parts, and, you know, he talked about what went down while he was there. Everything he's seen, no extra added, no anything other than that, what he's seen. And basically, he talked about the fact that this whole thing was chaos, you know, from the time he showed up to the time he left. So let's look at the very first part of that.
Okay, so when I first got there, that's when Master P was performing. It wasn't that many people there, so I had went, you know, I got in the crowd. We was probably like in the middle of the crowd, but we was way in the front. And as everything was happening, I just felt like I was being crushed and like I couldn't breathe, and I almost like literally passed out. Like I felt like I was about to like collapse. So I started screaming. So that's when like the people, they seen me just because of the fact that I was in the front. So they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying? And then I had got out and I had just stood around like not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell you something. Look. All right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right. Something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Master P, you know, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, you know.
Now, you heard from Diego Santiago there on social media. He basically put out a whole list of things. Now, in that very first part, man, it was a little long, but he said this, man. He said that basically when they got there, Master P was already on the stage, and he had already had an episode where he almost passed out. So he knew, like, from that situation that, all right, I'm going to stay away from the main crowd. I'm going to try to move to the back. I'm going to try to stay away from the main crowd where everybody's pushing and doing things like that. But in a situation where it's like 50,000 people, that's hard to do, especially if you already started off in the middle. Luckily, like he said, he knew this early when he was walking up there. I mean, when he was at the concert at the beginning when Master P was performing. But other people who didn't get that memo, they just got stuck in a sea of people. And it's crazy how that sea of people works. Like, it can move you without you moving yourself. It reminds me of that scene from Game of Thrones when Jon Snow and those cats were stuck in the middle there, and it was like there was nothing they could do because the other army was just pushing them inward and inward and inward. You know, it was horrible, man. I was like, it just looked, you know, I started feeling claustrophobic watching that. I'm going to be real, man. And the after effects were crazy. Now, in this second part, he talks a little bit more about that.
Everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Just standing around in the barricades, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying? I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat like, you know, like took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like as soon as he started, like all the flame, the fire, and like the Phoenix and all.
And you heard right there, dude said, man, he had already had a bad feeling about that. So he knew to stay outside, stay on the sides, stay in the back. And I was like, I do that without even thinking about it. When I go to concerts and stuff, I just normally just stay to the back. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep to the back, you know, stay to the back, just watching people. Maybe because back in the day, you know, that's when the cats, you know, that's where the cats were at that would rob you or whatnot. Now let's check out this third part, man.
And then he popped out, started going crazy, and like I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and everybody just screaming, help, help, help. Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence, so I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all happening, you know what I'm saying? Mother reaching and they crying. I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section, like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section.
Now, he said that time that Travis Scott was already, you know, when he got on the stage, you know, everybody's there pretty much to see Travis, you know, and I don't even know if they knew at that time that Drake was going to be a special guest, but obviously that's going to turn it up even more because you see people in some of the footage from different angles and they're turning up, but they're not having the same type of issues, maybe because everybody kept their distance immediate or from the gate, so that way they didn't have that situation, but there were definitely parts where they were too packed. But man, let's check out this fourth part of this too, man, before we close that out.
Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad talking about why pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, bro, these people about to lose their lives, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and associated this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump over? So I end up screaming like, who the is you to tell somebody what the they can do? Like, just ain't concert. Don't nobody give a out what ticket you paid for. Like, people need some help. So I'm helping people. I'm pulling people out. And like, it just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR.
Now, based on what he said that time, it seems like he was trying to help, man. It seemed like they were not listening, though. From what he's saying there, the staff was just not listening. They were more worried about who's getting in the VIP over that gate than people, you know, going over that gate to potentially save their lives, based on what he's saying. Now, I don't know if that's what happened. You know, everybody has their own perspective, and I'm pretty sure the workers who work there, they would say something different. But the way that he painted that picture, and a lot of the videos that have surfaced online, you could really see that the staff there were just not having it. You know, I mean, if you're that unhappy with being at your job, man, come on, man. Like, if somebody walks up to you, if you're on your job, and they say, yo, somebody's like about to pass out or somebody's about to die, you know, you got to kind of take that seriously. Come on, from a human standpoint. And I understand that in those environments, you got to work to, you're working, but you're turning everything off because you've got to be vigilant about the things that are important for you to be, you know, locked in on and keyed in on. You know, you want to make sure you do your job and don't mess up and get fired. But at the top of that, man, is, you know, people's safety. You can't never squelch on safety, right? All right, I'm looking at y'all in the chat. I see y'all, man. Yeah, we gonna get to that part too about the people being injected. That was scary enough, man. All that was scary enough. Y'all make sure y'all hit them likes, but let's check out this very last part, man. Very last part. I want y'all to hear this.
And they was flipping them over and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. And what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from bro, like that's not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all that. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate. I was pulling so many people in, helping so many people, and people was just screaming, crying, trying to ask for my help. I got so overwhelmed, I jumped down and I ran out there and I left, bro. Like, it really happened tonight. And a lot of people, they, you know, hearing it, but like, watch tomorrow, y'all gonna see this. It was no joke. Like, it really happened. So many people got injured, so many people.
Now, you heard that. That last part really brought it home, man. From the aspect of people who were there, man, it just lets you know that it was like, to say chaos might be an understatement. You know, for some people, you know, it just seemed like that. I mean, at some point, yeah, concerts are kind of an organized chaos, especially festivals or whatnot. But the way that dude explained it, he basically put it out there like, yo, man, he was walking by people passing out dead, like literally, like falling down, passing out dead in front of you. And that's a lot to digest, especially when you just leaving your house on a Friday night wanting to go have a good time, man. That's crazy, to be real with you, man. Now, hopefully, you know, this thing can get resolved without anybody else, you know, anything worse happening. I doubt anything worse than what happened could happen. So let me step back on that. But, man, this is a doozy to say the least, man. What's up, y'all? Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, man, as y'all come in here. But what do y'all think, man? And I'm looking through the chat as well, man. I'm looking through the chat. But let's also talk about these stories that are starting to come out. Now we got to really get into it, man. We got to talk about these stories that are coming out lately about this situation, man. So the original press, I mean, they talked about it as a tragedy and as a mass casualty event. You know, something that you really don't want to hear. You know, nobody wants to hear those words like mass casualty when it comes to something like this, right? But, man, obviously, people are going to be looking for somebody to blame. And I don't know if blaming Travis Scott is right, but I can't say that it's wrong either. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to it just seems too easy to put the blame on Travis Scott in this situation. When his job, let's be real, is to show up and perform. You know what I mean? Now, when those people were coming up to him and telling him, yo, man, there's somebody here who literally, you know what I'm saying, is about to die. That's when, you know, I seen the clip of Playboy Cardi when you would say, okay, dog, you got to just say, hey, man, y'all help whoever's about to die. I mean, that would be even if it's one person. But if it's multiple people like this, it's crazy, man. So this is a story from local news there in Houston. And it talked about it originally, man, about the 8 dead, the numerous injured at the Astroworld Festival and whatnot. But actually, man, I don't want to pull that one up. Let's actually talk about something that y'all were discussing in the chat. And that's the fact that they were saying that somebody was in the back actually running up to people and stinging them with something, man. Like, pause, no funny business about that. And I want you to hear from this guy, from the police chief there in Houston, and listen to what he says right here. Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear this, but this is alarming because now this is actually spawned into a criminal investigation where you're going to have somebody, if they're found guilty or if there's some video of this, man, they're going to be going to jail for a while. And what in the world would possess somebody to do that? But let me play the clip.
One of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. One of the narratives was that some individual was injecting
I'm gonna let that roll again.
People with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. One of the narratives.
All right, that's enough. Yo, man, that is wild, man. I ain't even gonna front. That's a wild story, man. That's wild. To think that somebody would be in the concert actually running around sticking people with a needle, man? Like, what in the world, what kind of world, what's going on out here, man? Now, this is a story from the local news there. I want to say this is the NBC news affiliate or something like that. And it talks about it in detail, and it basically talks about the same thing. And you can see the headline here. It says, Astroworld Festival security guard said he was pricked in the neck, injected before passing out, Houston police chief says. One of the narratives was, and we heard him say it himself, but I'm wondering, man, it's what would possess somebody to do that? I mean, I understand there's some people out there that are just off it, that are wild, man. You can't control what they would do. But, man, to say that, for somebody to be out there in the crowd sticking people with a needle, man, that's crazy, man. I couldn't even imagine that. I used to go to concerts all the time, but pre this whole thing that's going on right now. Yeah, I would go. That's like one of my favorite pastimes. I'll go to a concert just on the dolo to watch an artist that nobody even heard of. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But to think that somebody out there sticking people with, I'm guessing it's some type of related to the that one thing, man, that's going around. Y'all already know that's got people falling out here, man. And because they said the security officer had to take the Narcan, and then that revived him or whatnot, man. So, and then if you've seen any of those specials about the whole crisis going on across the whole country or whatever, you would see that's what they use when people fall out. Yeah, man. I see y'all in the chat. I'm just saying, man, in the future now, just watch yourself, man. If you go to a concert, don't get too chopped. I know it's so easy, especially if you and your boys or you and your girls or whoever done snuck something in there, like your little drinky drink, man. Don't get too chopped. Don't get toe up, man. Be on your P's and Q's, especially if you got cats out here wilding like that, man. Like, come on, dog. Like, I don't know, man. It's at the point where you start to lose faith in humanity out this joint, man. Now, they're saying that they basically, in this story, they're talking about the fact that they've launched a criminal investigation, and they're just going to be looking into if they can find the person, you know what I'm saying, who was responsible for that. But if they know that they had to use that on the one security guard, then they know there was a dude out there doing that. You know what I mean? What do y'all think about that situation? And keep shouting out your cities, man. We up in here. Yo, crazy, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. And make sure y'all hit that like button. Run them likes up, man. We should have about 200 likes, man. I know it's Sunday, but we getting it in, man. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah. I wanted to touch on that, though, man. And let that just be a cautionary tale going forward for anybody going to a concert or whatnot, right? Now, with all this craziness going on, Travis Scott, you know he had to make sure that he said his piece, man. Dude said, forget it. He's going to have to, he wanted to at least let people know, you know, how he's feeling or make a statement about the situation. And it's got people feeling a certain type of way. I'm going to keep it real, man. So let's actually, man, let's bring that up. Bring up that Travis Scott. Here he goes. And we're going to play the whole thing straight up off his page on social media, right? But let me go ahead and adjust this so y'all can see it good. There you go. There y'all go. Now, when I first heard this, it sounded like a regular apology, but a lot of people are giving Travis Scott a tough time for this, man. So let's listen to what Travis Scott had to say about the situation and how he's feeling.
To the ones that was lost last night, we're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, you know, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
Okay, and that's where he ends it, man. We're basically saying I love y'all and all that. But what do y'all think about that, man? Like, he's catching some flack because a lot of people were waiting for him to say something earlier, you know, but it just, I don't know. In this type of situation, I think you can't win for losing. You know what I mean? Like, you got to say something. And I think that's where Roddy Ricch was pretty smart. Not to say that he did it for his own benefit, but he definitely came out ahead of this and said something quick. Like, he said, forget this, man. I'm going to have to say something. And Travis Scott, I don't know what he had going on. I know that he had another show booked after the concert. So yesterday he put that video up. It's been almost 24 hours since that went up. So I'm trying to shoot him a little bell there. But a lot of people still think like, yeah, he didn't care enough in the situation, so they don't want to hear it. Because everybody has seen that video that's gone viral of the young lady, she hopped on the stage, not even the stage, where the camera guy is. Like one of the camera guys. So I guess they were live streaming the event and they were recording the event for later distribution. You know what I mean? Like they had the full rig cameras out there for the concert. And that should have been a clue that some big acts were coming on the stage with them as well, like Drake and cats like that. You know what I mean? So and she jumped on the rig and she said, hey man, there's people out here dying. And it was like, the dude on the rig, I almost was like, I don't know. What do y'all feel about him, man? Because he's like, his job is just to make sure that camera is on Travis Scott in the stage, and he's trying to like, he doesn't know what to do, I think. It's like, he wasn't shooing her off, but he was like, I don't know, man. It's a messed up situation. It's a tragedy, man. That's the only way to describe this, man. It's a tragedy, you know? I can't say that dude was dead wrong, you know, for just continuing to do his job and trying to, you know, when that's his job, that's what pays his, it's tough, man. Because, yes, you do have a responsibility to the community. You do have a responsibility to the public. You do need to be doing the best that you can to maintain safety for everybody around you. But these people are put in some complicated situations like the camera guy there. I don't know what he could have done besides say, hey, man, we turning the camera off. Travis Scott, you better help these people out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys seen that video? If you haven't, man, I can't show it, man. I wish I could play it. I could probably play the first half, but man, the problem with that video is it's got a lot of copyrighted music, so they'll end up taking this video down real quick if I play it or take the stream down. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Do you think that Travis Scott coming out and giving this apology now and saying, yo, dog, like, I'm reaching out to the local authorities, I'm reaching out to people in the local, Houston, in the local Houston governorship or whatever, man, the local authorities, whatever, just trying to help, is too late, or not sincere, or do you feel like, man, dude got to have some time? You know what I'm saying? Dude got to have some time to at least formulate a response and then respond on the situation. Y'all killing me on the likes, man. Get them likes up, man. We should be way over 100, man. Let's do this. But man, let's move on to the next situation in this. Now, Roddy Ricch was quick to say something, and he actually put a post out there on social media that's got everybody showing him a lot of love. So let's look at that. So Roddy Ricch went to social media, and you can see this is on his page, and he doesn't have much on his page. That's besides the topic, but he said this. He put this out immediately. He said, please have the families of those we lost yesterday reach out to at Sean Holiday. I'm assuming Sean Holiday is his manager or his road manager or somebody in his camp, right? And he said, I'll be donating my net compensation to the families of this incident. So basically, his net profit from this concert, the money that he gets after paying all the bills and the expenses, he's donating it to the people who were involved or the families who lost somebody. Because there were some young people who were lost in this situation, man. I mean, some people who had futures, man. It's sad. And he also said, hashtag pray Houston, man. Pray for Houston, excuse me. Crazy, man. Now, for Roddy Ricch, I think that was a stand-up thing, man. I already like Roddy Ricch anyway, man, as an artist. Dude is really, everybody just waiting for him to come back with another project to kill it. But that just goes to show again that, he's a stand-up dude, man. He'll stand on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, some things are bigger than you. That's correct. I see y'all in the chat. Yeah, man, sometimes some things are bigger than you, Yep. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. So what do you guys think about this whole ordeal, man? Do you think that Travis Scott is going to end up getting sued or anything like that? Because there's a lot of those stories going around. And one of them I wanted to point out is this story right here, I believe. And you start to notice this around times like this. If y'all can't see this, it says Travis Scott, Astroworld star, was arrested in 2017 for inviting fans to Rush stage report. So basically, they're going back to it. I actually did a video on that story, man. Back in 2017, I want to say it was like one of my very first videos. And then I think he got arrested. No, excuse me. It was in 2018 where he ended up getting arrested or whatnot, man. Like, he ended up getting arrested for the whole situation in 2018. But it took place in 2017. Like, he came back in town, and then they ended up arresting him because I guess he had never checked back in after the incident. But it's crazy you're starting to see stuff pop up like this. And it seemed like he had another incident in 2015 at the Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago that they're also reporting. So they're saying he pleaded guilty to reckless conduct in that charge. So they're already trying to show like, hey, there's a pattern of behavior here with this guy in front of a crowd. But Travis Scott, you would think, for as business savvy as his team is, when it comes to marketing and things like that, like he would, I don't know, man. And I hate to keep putting the blame on Travis Scott in this situation, but you would think that they would have a better comeback or be able to come back at this situation better than this. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. And I'm thinking, man, he's being set up, not set up. It's being set up. The situation's looking like it's lining itself up to be a lawsuit or something for somebody. Now, like the people who are responsible for running the concert are some pretty big names that I don't even want to name. You know what I'm saying? They're like the biggest names there is in the industry, and they don't play. So I don't know how that's gonna go. All right, I see y'all in the chat with y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about, all the artwork. And somebody said that, his concert was like, hell on earth type of deal, right? It was too much imagery and stuff like that where you had like these big, crazy sculptures and stuff like that. But let's be real. Travis Scott, since his inception into the game, he's been one of those cats who's always kind of toted that line. Even when he was just coming up. Like in 2016, they did a documentary about Atlanta hip hop. I think everybody probably seen it. It was a couple years ago, man. And it basically was on this platform. I think it was called Noisy or something like that. And Travis Scott was like one of the in-house producers for a lot of those cats as they were coming up, like Rich Homie Quan and them. And what he did was like, they showed some of his videos from early, his independent videos, and it was still some of the same imagery, you know? Just like that guy in the interview said, he's just like, oh, okay, man, maybe we getting too close to this line. I don't know, man. Somebody said demons ran wild. Yo, no laughing matter because, you know, some people lost their life, but man, it's spooky to say the least, man, a little bit, you know? It's spooky to say the least. Yeah, man. I'm just perusing through the comments, yeah. But all right, man, I'm going to leave the Travis Scott situation alone because I talked about that way longer than I thought I would, man. And if you wanted to see, you know, a firsthand account of what people said while they were on the ground there, maybe I could play it again or, yeah, one last time just so you guys can at least get your comments in the comment section before we move on to Pooh Shiesty.
Okay, so when I first got there, that's when Master P was performing. It wasn't that many people there, so I had went, you know, I got in the crowd. We was probably like in the middle of the crowd, but we was way in the front. And as everything was happening, I just felt like I was being crushed and like I couldn't breathe and I almost like literally passed out. Like I felt like I was about to like collapse. So I started screaming. So that's when like the people, they seen me just because of the fact that I was in the front. So they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying? And then I had got out and I had just stood around like not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell y'all something. Look, all right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right. Something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Master P, you know, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, you know, everywhere, you know what I'm saying, just standing around in the barricades, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying? I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat like, you know, like took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like as soon as he started, like all the flame, the fire, and like the phoenix and all that, and then he popped out, started going crazy, and like I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and everybody just screaming, help, help, help. Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence, so I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all happening, you know what I'm saying? Mother reaching and they crying. I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section, like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section. Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad, telling me why pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, bro, these people about to lose their lives, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and associated this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump over? So I end up screaming like, who the is you to tell somebody what the they can do? Like, this ain't concert. Don't nobody give a about what ticket you paid for. Like, people need some help. So I'm helping people. I'm pulling people out. And like, it just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR. And they was flipping them over and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like really f***ed me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. And what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from bro, like that's not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all that. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate. I was pulling so many people in, helping so many people, and people was just screaming, crying, trying to ask for my help. I got so overwhelmed, I jumped down and I ran out there and I left, bro. Like, it really happened tonight. And a lot of people, they, you know, hearing it, but like, watch tomorrow, y'all gonna see this. It was no joke. Like, it really happened. So many people got injured, so many people.
Okay, now you heard all of those clips, right? Now, obviously, that is one man's account, one person's account of what took place at the event. I'm pretty sure out of 55,000 people who showed up, not everybody had a bad experience, but obviously there's a lot of people who had an experience that they wish they never did, you know, and some people who, sad to say, you know, lost their lives. So it was a tragic event all around. Now, what I think this means for Travis Scott going forward, I don't know. Will there be a legal situation? I don't know. It just seems like with all the news articles that have been dropping in the last 24 hours and everything else combined, plus the whole story about the person going around in the back sticking with people with needles and stuff, it seems like this isn't going to be the end of it after this weekend. You know, there's going to be more to come from this later on. But with that, hopefully, man, rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives or whatnot, right? Now, let's move on to another subject that might be a little bit brighter, man. Let's talk about this whole Pooh Shiesty situation. And in order to do that, let's do this. Let's switch up. All right. So let's talk about Pooh Shiesty. Now, Pooh Shiesty is locked up and he's facing these Fed charges for the Bay Harbor Island shooting and some other combined charges, right? Now, in that shooting, he's being charged with with several charges that pretty much boiled down to the fact that it was an armed robbery, right? They have a different name for it in Florida, but, you know, that's what he's being held for, right? Now, the crazy part about it is Pooh Shiesty's case, as the time goes by, is starting to look a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, before he put out the news, or that his team put out the news that he was going to be putting in a guilty plea, the guy who Pooh Shiesty allegedly shot during the Bay Harbor Island incident ended up getting popped in this whole scam, this check forging scam down in Miami that incorporated him and some Instagram model and all sorts of people, right? So now the credibility of him as a witness, besides, you know, what we can see on the camera allegedly, right, is kind of tainted. Well, the second guy, yes, the other guy who got shot, there were two people who were shot. One was shot in the rear, the other was shot in other areas, you know what I mean? And the second guy who got shot just got arrested as well. And he says that he had a charge. Now, or he's got some crazy charges coming up. Now, will this be beneficial for Pooh Shiesty? I'm not sure. It can't hurt. But man, from the story from the Miami Herald, let me go ahead and bring the story up. Now, there you go. Now it says another man shot in the Pooh Shiesty robbery case in Miami has now been charged with a crime. It says, and let me blow that up. Can you guys see that? I can barely see it. There he goes. Now it says, 5 months ago, the feds indicted rapper Pooh Shiesty, accusing him of taking part in a Miami robbery that left 2 men wounded. Then last month, one of the victims himself was indicted for allegedly taking part in a check forging scheme. Now the second victim has also been arrested. Federal agents this week arrested Jeffrey Sarna on charges of conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering. He made his first appearance in Miami federal court on Friday and was granted a $150,000 bond. Now, Pooh Shiesty wishes he was granted a bond. Now, Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, is still facing trial over the shooting of Sarna and Brandon Cooper back in October 2020 in the Bay Harbor Islands. Both men had been expected to testify against Williams. Now, what does this tell me? Now that they're both, been convicted of crimes, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me. Do y'all think that's going to taint their testimony? Is that going to help Pooh Shiesty's case? Because remember, Pooh Shiesty's case was supposed to start on October 25th. Then he said he was going to enter a guilty plea. But now all of a sudden, everybody who is allegedly a victim in this situation has gotten shot, has gotten arrested or whatnot. You know what I mean? And I don't know. This is the guy that they posted on social media, said it was him. I'm not sure if it was, but allegedly that was the guy right there, right? But they're saying that he was actually scooped up. He was actually scooped up by the police. And man, I don't know. Maybe this does have an impact on Pooh Shiesty's case. Maybe in some way, Pooh Shiesty won't have to, do as much time if their testimony isn't that good. Or am I tripping? Is this wishful thinking? Is it just because I like Pooh Shiesty? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up? What up? I see y'all in the chat. What do y'all think about that though, man? Oh, man, y'all wildin', man. Run them likes up, man. Run them likes up, man. We should have about 250, 300, man. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that possibly Pooh Shiesty might have got a break in this situation, and we'll be stay tuned to see, man. But I thought that was wild that this guy Sarna and the other guy Cooper have both been arrested on separate charges of doing some type of scamming or something. Like, doesn't that give Pooh Shiesty an out to say, hey, man, they was going to scam me or rob me. They criminals. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they are because they haven't been found guilty, but I just think that's convenient, man. I think that works out well for Pooh Shiesty in some way, man. I don't know how well it works out for the other guys, but definitely, for Pooh Shiesty and his legal team, it lightens things up. Now, as far as the case is concerned, I haven't heard any updates, but I'm expecting something big this week. So we'll definitely, man, check in for a video. We'll be doing something on that. Now, let's talk about this next story, man. This is a tough one, man. And it goes into the more serious nature as well, man. And it's going to be about this, man. We're going to talk about the G Money situation. Now, G Money, for those of you who don't know, was like Fredo Bang's best friend, you know what I mean? And dude, it was probably the first standout rapper for TBG, recently. Like in 2017, 2016, I want to say he popped. He was set up to do major things like interviews with Vlad, all sorts of stuff, right? Well, he tragically lost his life. And they're saying that this gentleman right here, who some say is a guy by the name of NBA Lil Pap and is associated with none other than 4K, NBA and NBA Youngboy or whatnot, you know what I mean? And he's going through trial right now. So right now, this gentleman is going through trial, and they're trying to figure out who, if he's responsible for shooting and killing G Money. Now, in a story from The Advocate that came out just last week, it said, in Baton Rouge, rapper G Money 2017 slaying, witness accused of murder in unrelated case. So there's a witness who's supposed to be against this guy right here, who's supposed to be a witness testifying against this guy. And he ended up, the witness ended up, having a murder case on their jacket as well, or being accused of murder, right? Which is wild. I know they be running wild in Baton Rouge, but it's got to be really wild when the witness shows up with a body on his jacket. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That is insane. I ain't trying to make a joke of it, but wow, man. What are the odds of that? Now, the story starts off by saying this, and I'm only going to read a little bit of it. It says nearly 3.5 years passed before formal charges were filed in the 2017 shooting of Baton Rouge rapper G Money outside his music studio in on Dallas Drive. Deandre Fields, an associate of rival local rap artist, NBA Youngboy, was indicted earlier this year on second-degree murder count in the slaying of G Money, who was 22 years at the time, whose real name was Garrett Burton. Now, according to the new court filings in Fields' case, one of the witnesses to Burton's killing is himself facing a murder charge in an unrelated homicide in Tigerland. Now, dude, I don't know who the witness is, but they're saying that he's facing a charge too. Well, it says this. It says, it was not immediately clear what impact the latest development in the case will have on the prosecution of Burton's alleged killer. So like I'm saying, this could throw their whole case out if they think they had him dead to rights. Now they said the witness, Devon Cortez Jefferson, was indicted last year on a second-degree murder count in the November 2019 slaying of Derek Jones inside a Jim Taylor Drive apartment. So Devon Cortez Jefferson is allegedly the witness in this situation, and they're saying that he was convicted, or excuse me, that he was indicted. He was indicted last year on the second-degree murder count of a 2019 shooting of another guy, man. Now, Jefferson's connection to the case involving Burton and Fields, aka NBA Lil Pap and G Money, was revealed on October 21st in a motion filed to relieve the local public defender's office from representing Fields and have a new attorney appointed to represent him. So it looks like that Fields or Pap, NBA Pap, he's trying to get a new attorney. The office has been representing both Fields of New Roads and Jefferson. So they had the same attorney at one point. And in quotations, it says this is a clear conflict of interest. So obviously these cats can't have the same attorney. And through that, that's how they found out who the witness is. And then his lawyer probably obviously found out like, yo, dog, this dude's got a murder case as well. How credible could his testimony be against NBA Lil Pap or NBA Pap? And we should probably look more into this, before we put him on the stand. So that's what it looks like for G Money's case. Now, this case has been enthralled, I want to say, embroiled, or whatever the word is, where in a lot of beef, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot going on as far as this thing has been taking place, as far as, Baton Rouge news is concerned. But I think right now, Fredo Bang and NBA Youngboy are not in any way trying to be involved with any of this. Both of them are free on bond from two cases. Now, Fredo Bang is allegedly free, even though I posted that picture that somebody sent me. They said he was seen that day, and but I've yet to see him do anything public, like make a show appearance or anything like that. But he could be behind the scenes lining those things up. I just think it's wild that a lot of these cases not fall apart completely, but man, a monkey wrench can be thrown into it because of the situation, because of somebody who's on the case as a witness testifying. Like, why would you testify if you knew you had a body or you knew you had a murder case? I don't know, man. It just seems wild, man. It seems like a wild thing to do, or like he wasn't thinking at all. But so far, G Money's case is going how it's going. And they pretty much in this report talking about the friction between the two camps before, going into this trial, and how they're trying to iron out all that in the trial as well. But so far, it looks like, they're going to leave this thing up to, they're still going to leave dude as a witness, and we're going to see how this proceeds in the trial. Who knows? Dude might actually get off of this. I mean, not saying that he's getting off, because hopefully he didn't have anything to do with it, but it's a crazy development to say the least. You know what I mean? All right, I've been neglecting the chat, man. What y'all up to, huh? Yeah, I seen the Fredo Bang picture. I seen both of those. And I was like, is this team messing with us? Are they trolling us? You know what I mean? What's he doing? I ain't gonna block nobody unless I know what they doing, man. Let me know. Y'all just play nice in the chat. Play nice in the chat and run them likes up, man. We good, man. We light today, man. It's a light crew in here today. But we good, man. We chilling. Now let's talk about our next subject, man, or our last subject, Lil Durk, because I've been carrying this on for a while. I like to keep the lives nice and short, but let's talk about Lil Durk. Before we get to, man, we might talk about Fetty Wap too and his crazy situation, man. Now, this Lil Durk situation. Now, it ain't really a situation. The biggest thing that we could talk about Lil Durk this week is the fact that he's going to be dropping a new album. So if we're going to be bringing in Lil Durk, where my Lil Durk? I like to bring the Lil Durk in right. Oh, snap. There it goes. Okay, now let's get it, man. All right, so let's talk about Lil Durk. So Lil Durk is prepping an album, man. He's got an album that's coming out. I think the name is 7220. And there was an article I was reading from Uprocks, and it talked about this. It said Lil Durk announces his new album, 7220, and promises anthems and no skips. So we know that Lil Durk is good at doing anthems, especially like those street, and I hate to name these songs, man, because, you know, they're controversial, but like Shoulda Ducked and songs like that, you know, and I'm off, you know what I'm saying? Those are, they go hard, man. That's like Lil Durk's forte. Now, Lil Durk is basically saying that his next album is not going to have any skips on it. And it says that he teased it on his Instagram story through an image of a whiteboard, which revealed that it's titled 7220. He has also captioned the image 7220 coming soon, adding the voice in album mode. A message on the whiteboard promised that the project would contain anthems and no skips. And this is the post right here that I believe that they want to put up there. So let me actually show y'all. And they saying that Lil Durk is sending messages out here to let y'all know that ain't gonna be no skips on the album. So this is it right here. And let's bring up the post. So that's the post that he made on his story. And right here, let's break it down. You can see that he has 7220 coming soon, the voice in album mode, and then you see a whiteboard in the back. And it looks like somebody with some fairly decent handwriting was putting out features. You can see over the one section it has features. And I guess he's trying to tease the track list and all that. So obviously, Lil Durk's in album mode, and they breaking it down like a project. But you see all these watches here too? Like all those watches, like I know those are some expensive watches, you know what I mean? But obviously Lil Durk is letting us know that the new album is coming, and that's the only update we got on him lately, man. Outside of the whole Muwop thing and stuff, man, and O-Block, it looks like, man, the next time that they're in court, it'll probably be an interesting story to tell. But right now it's just stuck in that legal situation, you know what I mean? Unless something leaked out right now, like as we talking, so far that's it. But it looks like Lil Durk is in album mode, and hopefully we get some bangers out of it, man. So y'all hype for that Lil Durk? I know I am. I think he should have followed up quicker, because once they had the concert going, it seemed like things were doing good. Yo, I see y'all in the chat. What's up? All right. Yep. Yeah, Lil Durk, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm hoping he brings it. He's got the right momentum right now. Right now is the time. I think he would kill it. Yeah. I think it would do well. I think we do well. Real well. Yep. Now, there's been a lot of events happening in hip-hop this week, right? Busy week. Fredo Bang allegedly got free. You had the whole situation with Travis Scott going into the weekend, right? But, man, one thing that's carrying on from last week is this Fetty Wap situation, right? Now, they're saying so much more about Fetty Wap and his involvement. I mean, in the last live that we did about the situation, we talked about the fact that Fetty Wap, you know, he was facing some major charges, but we didn't know the extent of what he was going to be facing and how much time he was looking at. But since then, he was also released on bail. So let's look at this story from Vulture. Now, in this story from Vulture, they detail the fact that Fetty Wap got out on $500,000 bond. So $500,000 just to get out of jail to fight his case from home. But luckily, he got bond, because lately, that hasn't been the trend. Most rappers or people who are associated with rappers who have been locked up, they haven't been getting bond. Like Casanova, I just seen Lawyers for Workers on Vlad talking about Casanova's situation, and he basically broke down how Casanova's case is just like, on the outside it looks flimsy, even from a lawyer's perspective, and it didn't sound right to a lot of people, because it seemed like he's being, you know, credited with doing some things that, you know, he had no part in. But in this story, I guess you could call this a win for Fetty Wap, the fact that he got bond. But hopefully, I'm hoping for Fetty, he had nothing to do with any of this, right? Now, the story, you see the headline, Fetty Wap arrested on federal drug charges ahead of Rolling Loud appearance. They showed up before he hit the stage at Rolling Loud and said, nah, bruh, You ain't hitting this stage. You about to go with us. Now, in this update from the 5th, it says Fetty Wap has been released on $500,000 secured bond. Following Judge Joanna Siebert's decision, authorities said Friday, while out on bond, he will be under GPS monitoring and subject to random drug testing. He must also surrender his passport, though he will be able to travel if he gets permission from pretrial services and federal prosecutors. So basically, that's the gist of this story. It looks like Fetty Wap is out on bond, and he gets to travel if he gets permission. And the permission, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's easy to get. Maybe, if he's going to do a show or whatnot. But, I mean, he's on a GPS ankle monitor. And they recently released some pictures also of, I wonder if they had them in this story. No, they didn't. Of all the stuff that was seized in the operation. Because remember, this was supposed to be like some big time operation involving a corrections officer, all sorts of what do you call it? Not USPS. Yeah, USPS worker who drives a mailman. All sorts of people. I was like, man, Fetty Wap, was he watching Power or something? Whatever kind of operation they had, it was rolling, you know what I mean? Until they got caught. And I'm not encouraging any type of behavior like that or saying that was the right thing to do. I was impressed by the story is all I'm saying, man. But for right now, Fetty Wap is a free man on $500,000 bond. Now, I don't know if the feds, you have to pay the whole bond amount or if you could do it like a bail bonds or whatever, but because I ain't been in the system, obviously. And I understand people putting out the goofy alert right now. They're like, what in the world? Like, nah, man, I really wouldn't know, man. I really wouldn't know. But hopefully, regardless, Fetty Wap gets his fair shake at trial and can stay out of trouble, man. For real. For real. For real. Yeah, man. But other than that, man, to be real, those are all the topics I wanted to talk about today. I definitely wanted to get it in on the Travis Scott situation and talk about that. And we got an opportunity to discuss that in length. But, man, to be real, I don't think that story dies today, man. I think this Travis Scott story is going to continue, and we're going to hear more about it in the future. Because to be really real, Travis Scott, man, he's getting a lot of flack in the media. And I don't know, just from my personal assessment of the situation, it looks like, man, they getting Travis Scott ready to for some type of legal action. Like, the dude Lawyer for Workers broke it down as well, and maybe we could check that out, but that's just what it looks like for me. It looks like Travis Scott is getting set up for some type of case, maybe civil or whatever, man. And not saying that it's unwarranted or whatever like that, but, man, it seems like a lot of people are in his head right now. I don't know. I played y'all the apology or whatnot, and it seemed like he was sincere to me, but I don't know. This is an ugly situation. It's a tragedy. It's a national tragedy. When that many people die at a concert, leaving their house wanting to have a good time, horrible, man, horrible. And that's all I got to say about the situation going forward, man. Besides, rest in peace to everybody who lost their life. Now, with that, this being your boy Big Man, do me a favor. Make sure you guys on your way out from here, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content or these hot lives. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. We almost pushing past some goals, and we might hit that roof, man. We might do the thing, man. So go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And shout out to the chat, everybody in the chat, man. I ain't kicked nobody out. And I see y'all in there going back and forth, man, about this whole Travis Scott situation and the whole Lil Durk situation. But, man, I appreciate everybody who stayed up. I mean, everybody who stayed in the chat and comes in here consistently each week repping. And, man, next week we back on Saturdays. So next Saturday morning we going live. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man, and we out of here. Peace. Shout out to the chat.